honest player gets up in the morning and looks himself in the mirror and says, I'm going to get better, I'm going to get better, I'm going to get better.
Be prepared for anything, from front line to back, with the Gillette Fusion range.
Ish Sodhi continuing. Oh! Heaved into the leg side. And to take you through the next phase of play, Jeremy Coney and John Mooney.
Thanks, OS. The googly from Ish Sodhi. New Zealand just fighting hard here, pulling things back a little. Run rate hasn't escalated. They've picked up a couple of wickets. Important one of Sumaya Saka, just last one. The bowling of Sodhi. Haven't been hit down the ground so much either, John.
No, the New Zealanders have gained a bit of control here, a nice bit of control, and are bowling to a good plan. So yeah, from this end, the spin of Santner and Sodhi really just bowling tight lines to the left-handers especially and at their pads. And then from the opposite end, they've just dragged the length down, made them hit square of the wicket.
Oh!
Shakib very early on in his innings. Important one. He's a dangerous player. As you can see, they're still threatening perhaps that sort of 280 maybe. We'll see.
It's in there, Bernie. Nice, Ish. Finish it off, Ish. Quality set, Ish. Great work at this.
Decent over from Ish Sodhi, just one from it. 27 gone now, 122 for 3.
So, yeah, the New Zealanders performing nicely and really tying the Bangladeshis down here right at this minute. I think the Bangladeshis now, this partnership is going to be crucial for them to get a big score. This is going to be the difference between 280, this partnership maybe, and 240.
So Bennett's had a few overs and still has quite a low economy rate. And now in comes Colin Munro, who's really just been a part-timer so far, but is clearly interested in bowling a lot more in ODIs. He kind of is pushing. He's been mainly a batsman and he's now trying to become a sort of more of an all-rounder, along with a number of other New Zealanders. Quite useful maybe. He's only a slow medium bowler. Just got to make sure he gets the length right here. The danger might be that short boundary behind him. He's got a long on. Catch! Oh dear. Underneath Ish Sodhi at short third.
Disappointing now from Munro, first ball, and yes, Sodhi with a poor piece of fielding there. That's not what you want coming on as a part-timer. You want to get settled into your spell. Oh, and he's just not got the body behind it.
It's just an awkward one. It was almost a chance. You could see Munro saying catch. A little bit wider this time.
Manu, Manu. Georgie.
Monroe will have to be very, very careful of his length here to both
See you,
batsmen, I
Manos.
suppose. Only one man back for the right hander at long on. So if he gets his length wrong here and pitches up a bit too
Near enough to it.
So you can see good innings from Sumaya, opening partnership with Tamim, but then it's just been a bit hit and miss for the Bangladesh side. So they need a partnership. So, good opening partnership you can see from the two openers. And then Mushfiqur on strike at the moment.
Nice, Manoj.
Colin Munro.
Good there, mate.
So now, what does this mean
Get us halfway, Manoj.
for Bangladesh? Losing another wicket. They've now lost 4. And 132 with a run rate that's just pulling back a little.
Jimmy!
Took nicely off the hips there, and an easy one. I think Bangladesh, I was alluding to that last partnership possibly being the one that could have got them to a nice big score. You really have to have wickets in hand last 10 here. I suppose it's in any form of cricket, but here especially now, because the pace of the wicket, it's not as easy to play your shots. So with that in mind, when you go to try and force it later on in the innings, without that security in the bank, you know, it's going to be difficult to go and score that 8, 10 and over consistently. Munro just getting a little nibble back into Mushfiqur, coming back for 2 here.
It's good, Manoj. Hey, mate. What's there? Brilliant, Manu.
Big shout. Oh, that must be just going down. Initial thoughts, that looked very close.
Well. You there?
Just nipping back once again.
Manu.
Munro's finding a length there, drawing the batsman forward.
Wait.
Well played, nicely into backward point there. Good bowling here from Munro. Robi, #1 digital network in Bangladesh, the proud sponsor of the Bangladesh cricket team.
Oh, yes. Tommy.
Knowledge of banking is outstanding. 30 overs gone, I think, is it?
It's over.
Yes. 136 for 4.
Stuff, Manu.
You're changing your account.
An offshore account.
Come on, Ish.
Good period of play for New Zealand with the dismissal of Shabir and Shakib, Sumaya. So there are the bowlers. Sodhi in a good spell here.
Brilliant, bud.
And you can see New Zealand just starting to attack a little bit more.
An interesting option with the sunglasses from Ross Taylor there. They're not needed too often here in Ireland.
A little bit more flight from confidence, Sodhi. Well, there you are. Not the only man you can see. Well, you get these stars. They like to, of course, to protect their anonymity.
It's a hotbed of cricket here in Dublin, so you have to be careful now when you're a big name like Oace walking around.
Break, not much turn there, so it's just tucked away by Mamadullah.
In. Like it is, good is. Holding here. Good lad. Love it.
Beaker onto
7 overs, 138 for 4.
The honest player gets up in the morning and looks himself in the mirror and says, I'm going to get better, I'm going to get better, I'm going to get better.
Be prepared for anything, from front line to back, with the Gillette Fusion range.
showing how quickly he can just do a small press forward and then rock back and cut the ball.
And that's the over, with Bangladesh advancing 163 for 4.
Straight away, Rob.
Going to bowling, right, I'm over.
And some interesting domestic news. The Irish Senior Cup draw took place and some very tasty, interesting second round ties. Probably the pick, Donamana versus the Hills. And again, a tie that took place last year, CIYMS versus YMCA. Up in CIYMS on this particular occasion. But it's the competition all the club teams in Ireland want to win. And very interesting fixtures there. So Nisham is back in the attack. Ball stroked beautifully by Mamadullah. Very impressed with him. And of course the second competition is the National Cup, introduced 4 or 5 years ago for senior clubs underneath the senior domestic teams. And again, some very interesting ties all around the country of Ireland. Burndennan, Middleton, Derryaki. And that brings up 50 for Raheen. Batted beautifully out here today, and such an important innings for his team.
এভাবেই কঠিন সব চাপ সয়ে টিকে থাকে আরএফএল ইউপিভিসি থ্রেড পাইপ। বেশি টেনসাইল স্ট্রেংথ 100%।
টরন্টোর মারহাবা সুপারমার্কেট এবং মারহাবা পরিচালিত
এটা তো এমনি পেয়েছি। ভুলে গিয়েছিস পাপের সাথে ফার্স্ট প্রাইজ পেয়েছিস। এখানে পাপের কে? আমি তো চিকেন। মিস্টার চিকেন এখন একটু স্পেশাল চিকেন হয়ে যাক। নরের নতুন চিকেন
বিচার করা হয়। 2001 সালে আমাদের সংসদ নির্বাচন অনুষ্ঠিত হয়। সেই নির্বাচনে বলা যেতে পারে আওয়ামী লীগকে পরাজিত করার জন্য একটা নীল নকশা তারা কার্যকর করে। যেই আওয়ামী লীগ 96 সাল থেকে 2001-এর মধ্যে বাংলাদেশে খাদ্যে আত্মনির্ভরশীলতা অর্জন করা হলো, যে আওয়ামী লীগ গঙ্গা চুক্তি করে পানি আদায় করলেন, যে আওয়ামী লীগ পার্বত্য চট্টগ্রাম শান্তি চুক্তি করলো, যে আওয়ামী লীগের ওই সময়ের মধ্যে
Again, a cracking shot, another boundary. It's the last ball of the over. How often? And you can see Nisham clearly upset with that. Over up, Bangladesh 186 for 5. As I was talking about the inner field, center very quick to the ball there, preventing the run.
In the Sri Lanka innings, and let's take a look at some of the highlights.
He played beautifully, didn't he? I thought the pitch was really good.
Existent charging through his bowling arm.
Wait.
And again, really slow. You can see this dropping of that front arm and all that effort, but he keeps his head high, stays high, and varies his pace so well. A real intelligent bowler.
Tommy. Last Tommy. Running
Yes, I guess he would look at it and say, look, that's Bangladesh 187 for 5 at the end of 39 overs.
The honest player gets up in the morning and looks himself in the mirror and says, I'm going to get better, I'm going to get better, I'm going to get better.
Be prepared for anything, from front line to back, with the Gillette Fusion range.
And we're back. Bangladesh 187 for 5 here. Real interesting phase as we move into the end of the next over, the final power play. And Bangladesh set for what Owais predicted at the start of play, something around 280.
Yes, the game is interesting, poised here. We've had a couple of good innings in Soumya Sarkar at 61 and Mushfiqur 55. All rest on Mahamudullah's shoulders now. If he was to go on and kick on and get a 70 or 80, only then I feel Bangladesh can get near a 300.
I've been impressed with Bangladesh's running between the wickets today. Again, that feature pushing that first run quickly. Maybe they've identified that some of New Zealand's fielding has largely been sloppy today. But as I say, Musaddiq 3 off 6. Oh, a very good ball from Nishan there, just holding its line, moving away.
Yes, a very good delivery there by Jimmy Neesham. He's managed to get the ball to nip around from off stump. Looks like a bit of a leg cutter. Just leaving the batsman. Similar delivery that Mushfiqur got out to.
Well, it's a feature that John Mooney talked about earlier, having played at this ground. Cutters, and they're the sorts of things as the game wears on, ball gets older, that you look to be doing, but a cracking delivery from Nishan.
Good looking shot there by Mahmudullah. Rocks back on that back foot. Pulls it hard to deep square leg. Hit with a lot of power.
I think another feature of Oasis, Mahmudullah started slowly early, was 4 off 13, now 34 from 39, so it just shows you no need for panic. Build your innings, get yourself in.
Yes, also the batsmen have to also remember this is a small ground, so you can always get boundaries at the end of the innings, and you can perhaps score a lot of runs straight, especially hitting towards the Walton end with that small boundary. It's about taking time and building an innings, and you can really accelerate towards the back end.
And again, guided to third man by Musaddiq, and that's the conclusion of the 40th over, with Bangladesh 195. And the projected score looking with 8 and over at 270, which is probably achievable at this stage, but the big issue for Bangladesh is wickets. And we move into the final power play. And interestingly, New Zealand still with 5 in the circle.
Nice, Mitchie. Good, Mitchie. Hold him, mate. Keep going here. Come on, lads. Beautiful ball, Mitchie.
So Satner's penultimate over, 1 for 28, done a great job for his team. Really bowled intelligently.
Fu. Nice ball, boy. Brilliant, Roscoe. Slinky, good Slinky.
And we've got Hatil, the celebrated furniture brand from Bangladesh, is one of the key sponsors of this tournament, famous for its slim smart furniture. Hatil has already forayed into several international markets and won millions of hearts around the world.
Nice set, brilliant set, Dotsy set. Bowling pair.
4 dot balls here for Santner.
Set.
Really putting the pressure back on the Bangladeshi batsman.
Brilliant, Mitchell, Stuff Mitchell. Finish it off, Slink. Sit here, Slink.
Which that exemplifies Satner, the maiden over in the 9th over. At the end of the 41st over, Bangladesh 190 for 5. So Jimmy Neesham to continue. 42nd over with Mahmudullah on strike. And again, this is a phase within a phase. That's 7 dot balls away on the trot. Building pressure still. 3 in the circle on the offside.
Yes, we could well see something happening here. A lot of the times bowling units talk about getting as many dot balls together as they can. This partnership has only got 9 runs of 28 balls. Sorry, 25 balls.
And it's interesting, you talk about bowling partnerships, batting partnerships, equally the same. Musaddiq playing at a maiden over the last over, so that's 9 dots on the trot. And it's something for the fielding team. Clusters of 3s, clusters of 4s. How many can we get in any innings?
Yeah, this is where someone like Musaddiq has to come in and try and make sure he doesn't take so many balls to try to turn the strike over. Not expecting to hit the boundaries early on in your innings, but certainly have to try and turn the strike over so that the opposition cannot build that pressure on you through dot balls.
Worker seems to have made a remarkable recovery. That's a great shot by Musaddiq, getting deep in the crease.
Hey, soft boys, work boys!
Nearly
Running
kind of
legs!
was getting to that stage with him 4 off 14, got deep in the crease and clubbed it over mid-wicket. 3 runs to him and brings Bangladesh to 194.
Slow ball, another misfield by the New Zealand fielders. 4 more runs to Mahamadullah.
I think Mike Hession will be pulling his hair out here with some of the New Zealand infielding. Another terrible miss there by Nichols, I think, just at backward point. And the cost is 4 runs. Mahamadullah let off the hook there by a poor piece of fielding from New Zealand.
Yes, they've been really poor in the field today, New Zealand.
And that's the end of the over, with New Zealand or Bangladesh advancing to 199 for 5.
But these days, a lot of the coaching, a lot of the fielding staff would be making notes of. Oh, hits it over extra cover. I'd imagine the umpires will definitely have another look at that.
Now, I think, Awais, you've got to give compliment to the batsman there. He clearly wasn't there, and he just make sure he guided it over, not knocking it down long off's throat. Got himself opened up a bit to get it over extra cover. A really good piece of batting there.
Have to have another look at that. Gets a hand on there. Got a different angle. See if this one helps us a little bit more. I think it's a great bit of fielding, personally. I think he's stopped a certain boundary.
Gosh, Santner was quick to the ball there. Can't really see how close he was to maybe getting or forcing the run out.
Yes, great bit of awareness by Santner, picking the ball up and throwing it all in one motion. Oh, a direct hit would have been interesting.
And the last ball of Santner's over, and a great spell for New Zealand. Sees him finish with Bangladesh moving on to 207 for 5 at the end of the 43rd.
Looking to give your business the complete protection it needs? McCarthy Insurance Group makes it easier. We also offer quality insurance products at great value for motor, home, farms, life and health, as well as advising on pensions and investments. For over 60 years, McCarthy Insurance Group have been making insurance easier. Visit mig.ie. Cricket.ie.
There are the bowling options now for Tom Latham. 4 left from Rance, 3 from Bennett, and he looks as if he will bowl the 44th over of this match. Santner's bowled out, 3.6, good economy rate for him. Sodhi, good economy rate as well, having picked up a couple of wickets. Neesham going for just over 6.5, and then Munro 7, just the 2 overs.
Stuff Manu!
The main way that Bennett has operated today. It's generally just short of a length, sometimes banging it in harder than others. And therefore, it takes generally the shorter boundary behind the bowler out to play a bit, unless you can baseball him up there. But it brings the sort of backward point, third man, behind square on either side of the ground into play. New Zealand haven't been their sharpest in the park either.
No, they've been poor. They've had some good stops, but a bit lethargic. Here's 5 runs coming up. Overthrow from Ross Taylor, nobody backing it up. We've got a half chance, half effort there from Sodhi. Again to backward point, escorted. Again. And again, through that backward point area. Coach has his work cut out over the next few days to right them wrongs.
Slower ball. Sodhi, who's been a culprit on a couple of occasions. That fielding. Yeah, New Zealand pride themselves in trying to be one of the better sides. Athletic, moving across the ground well and being accurate. So it looks as though, this is not one of their better days. There's Broome, who's usually very, very good around that backward point. Some of the bounces haven't been easy, but you just got to get behind it. This one's fuller from Bennett.
Yeah, I will back the fielders up, and there's an artificial wicket here in Clontarf which the viewers might see, and in that particular area where we've had 4 or 5 misfields, from our position here you can see a little ridge, and the bounces haven't been kind, but we're playing international cricket here. You expect and you want your players to be right behind the ball.
Yeah, it's not pleasant sometimes, but you just do have to get something in behind the ball. So take it on the chest if you have to, get it to bounce in front of you. That's better. There's Broome.
And if we look at the field here with mid-off up, I'd imagine from the Bangladeshis' point of view and from a batting point of view, they shouldn't be expecting too much in their half or on the front foot here. So I'd imagine as the overs go on, they might try to use the crease a bit more, might try to get down the track a bit more to utilise that short boundary, because at the minute the New Zealand bowling attack have them in control here really with where they want to hit the ball.
Yeah. Just the 1-6, I think, in this innings so far. Here again is a slower bouncer. This is the time when Bennett comes into his own. He's got a variety of variations. He's finished the 44th over. He's gone for 3, 210 for 5.
10 overs, 1 point remaining. He took 1 wicket for 36.
So there's the Bangladesh batting performance today. Good at the top, and then Mushfiqur and at the moment Mahmudullah and Mossadegh, a very important partnership, just worth 29 at the moment from 41 deliveries. And Rance coming back at the Minister end. So going for 7s at the moment. He's had a little bit of bad luck. Oh yeah, the orange there, is it? Cut away. That's the boundary. Rance getting too short, too wide.
Rance here, too short, too wide. And a short batsman, they love it there. They just love it short and wide, and just latches onto it, thumps it to the boundary for 4.
Man at 45, that's better. BBS cables, #1 cables in Bangladesh, and I've got an electrician beside me to use them.
I haven't come across them just yet. I'm not sure if they're up to British standard, which is what we use here.
Haven't got much work in Bangladesh yet.
No, not quite. The standards are a bit different over there than they are here, but the cable's still the same, still made of copper.
There we go. Of course, he's got cover at long off and long on. Yeah. Yes. Hello, Martin. Thank you very much. He's very keen to get into shot, isn't he?
Yeah, and he's got his cables well wrapped around himself there, isn't he?
Again, and well stopped. That's Colin Munro out there. Good work to his left. And 219 for 5. So 29 runs from the last 5 overs for New Zealand. Oh, here we go. Quick selfie. Yeah, there you go. Hope he managed to get himself in as well as Ross Taylor. Jimmy Neesham. Slower ball. And there's Broom again.
It's really good bowling from Neesham here. Bowling his cutter into the pitch, making the batsman work hard. Batsman here needs to stand still rather than moving away across. It's always harder to hit that slower ball while you're on the move. So if he was to stand still maybe and try and target that scoreboard area more so than... Yeah, it's nice and wide from Neesham, so it's going to be hard to hit it there, that area from there.
Giving him a bit of room and another nasty little bounce for Ish Sodhi, this time to his left. Just almost threatening a catch. And then going underneath the fielder.
Yeah, we've only spoken about this. This is the second one just like this as well. You can only say poor commitment from the fielder, really. You know, as a bowler, you've done your job, you've executed your plan, and your fielders just let you down with that one, unfortunately.
From 30. Neesham. Under pressure. Does that get across?
Stop, baby!
Hamish Bennett out there at long on.
Some good work from the fast bowlers union there, helping out his mate at the death. That's very important at this stage of the game, and you know, the bowlers sticking together there out in the field when things haven't been going right for them. Off 53 balls. They've scored off a lot of balls, these two, haven't they? They haven't let balls build up, and it's helped them to keep, I suppose, keep on top of the game and the run rate.
It's gone full, but it's costly. It's a good stroke. So 50 partnership between these two, 46 overs, 234 for 5. Good over.
The honest player gets up in the morning and looks himself in the mirror and says, I'm going to get better, I'm going to get better, I'm going to get better.
Be prepared for anything, from front line to back, with the Gillette Fusion range.
$35 runs from the last 5 overs, so Bangladesh picking this one up. 53 runs now between these two from 54. And for the first time since probably the first power play, over 5 runs and over. Well bowled runs.
Yeah, and you can see from this end, the minister end here, that Rance is not afraid to go for the fuller ball, I suppose, earlier in the over here. We do have a bit more, it's a bit more of a hit down to this end here, and straight away, first ball of the over, he's in, nice and tight into the block hole.
Misses the hole this time. There we go, there's Colin Munro. Not surprised, just taking a little bit of time there. Just as he got it accelerated to his left and then had to stop quickly, there was the slide. Physio accelerates towards him.
So he's just missed his length. Nice flash drive outside the offside, and he's just slipped as he's gone in to get that ball. I think it looks like he's landed awkwardly on his hip.
Looks as though Munro is going to continue out there. Physiotherapist just beyond the rope. And they get 2.
Stop forward!
Taylor's accurate. Got the good pickup.
Well, Ransa, good Ransa!
I've been impressed with the intensity of the Bangladesh running in between the wickets. They've pushed the New Zealanders to
Yep, 50 from 54. 6 boundaries for Mahmudullah. So good strike rate for him. Neil Broome coming in.
Brilliant, bud! Broomy! Someone!
So one of the key sponsors of the Ghazi Group, tyres, tanks, pipes, pumps and other concerns. Ghazi TV are associated with the progression of the nation, dominant in manufacturing, IT, banking, wow, and insurance. They cover everything, folks. Toss. It's Taylor out there.
Good over for the New Zealanders here. Rance keeping it nice and tight, keeping the boundaries down, which is the important thing for New Zealand. Boundaries is what's going to let this Bangladeshi score creep up, and at the moment they're really holding them here, and it's just missed his length, but we'll take one run.
Yeah, important last ball of his 8th over. Rance, 5 from this. In comes the man from the boundary into the circle. Now it's square. Looking to get full, I think. Yeah. And eases it down. So the 47th over is complete now. 240 for 5. Dublin Bay. Wow. Caribbean Princess in town. So that's the Caribbean Princess Dublin nearby. You've been down to see that, have you, John?
I haven't been down to see it personally, but I'm sure there's plenty of shopkeepers around Dublin very interested with the tour.
Fielding up in the side the 30-metre circle. That short fine leg having to run away with his back to the crease and the stroke. Not easy at all. Gets a top edge. That's Mamadullah, and Rance running away. Judges it very nicely indeed. Always difficult. Has to make a late-minute adjustment there. So Rance a good catch in the bowling of Bennett. He's delighted. Mamadullah 51 as he walks off now from 56 balls. Good strike rate, but he goes at an important time. 242 for 6.
Who will lift the famous trophy in Wembley? Arsenal needed extra time to get to the final.
Sanchez! Arsenal lead, they've turned it around at Wembley.
While Chelsea produced the goods at the vital moment.
Here's Eden Hazard! He found a way through! It's Matic with the ball driver!
Arsenal v Chelsea, Saturday, May 27th, live on Air Sport.
Okay, so next time you lose hours on the... You don't have to lose all you get more than you can eat data to access YouTube,
So Mahdi Hassan, the off spinner from Bangladesh, started his test career in such an outstanding way with 19 wickets. Slower ball again.
Thanks, Gunnar. Oh.
That's the variety of Hamish Bennett, playing for Wellington at the moment.
Stump. Yes, it's leg stump.
Well fielded.